Hey everyone, it's Bree. I'm back with another scrapbook process video for the Shimmers Paints Color Kits team. And I'm going to be working with the February 2020 color kits. And this is the kit right here, and it is absolutely fabulous. It is $29.95 plus shipping, and this is what you'll get in it. It has this exclusive set of You Are Love dots, these gorgeous wood veneer hearts that most of them have love on them. This gold floss. You will get this cut file designed by Shimmers Paints, this gorgeous stencil, a Vibes in Blushing Bride, an exclusive color that's new. It's pink outside the box and it's a spritz, a Colorings in My Bleeding Heart, a Creamies in Pink Champagne, an Inklings in Spotlight White, and another exclusive color. It's a Shimmers in Weakest Pink. And it is gorgeous and super pink and really shimmery and absolutely stunning. So yeah, you get a lot of stuff in this kit and they are all so much fun to play with. So I am going to right off the bat use this stencil. You know me and stencil and applying paste through any stencil. It is so much fun. It's one of my favorite techniques. So that's what I am starting with. I went ahead and prepped some white cardstock with gesso off camera, and I am applying textures and tidy whitey from my stash through the stencil. Now I did think about coloring the tidy whiteys because if you do have any white paste, you can color it with any Shimmers color. But I just thought I would go ahead and just leave it white, and that way I could add some color onto the paste. So here is a cut file that I went ahead and cut on some white cardstock, and I backed it with some pattern paper. It does have hearts on it that are separate, but I am going to be painting those here in just a moment. So I am applying all of my color now that my paste has dried. I'm going to be going in with basically all the colors, and I'm going to go ahead and just paint and blend and let the colors run together and do some splatters and just play and have some fun with it. I started off with the exclusive color that's brand new. It's pink outside the box and it's a spritz. And then I am just going in with some My Bleeding Heart. And then I'm adding this really gorgeous, gorgeous purple, and it is called Blushing Bride, and that's a vibe. So it's super, super shimmery and absolutely stunning. And so now I'm working with the Shimmers that's also exclusive and new, and it's Weakest Pink. And that, if you know that Shimmers, the original Shimmers pots have tons of shimmer in them, and it is so pretty, and it is the prettiest shade of pink, and I just had so much fun playing with all these colors. Now I do at the end, I do add Inklings in Spotlight White. Since it is white, it doesn't appear too like obvious, but it does add a lot of shimmer, and you will be able to see it up close, and hopefully at the end when I do show final photos, because I do go back through and add, you know, just additional sparkle with that color. So yeah, I'm just working and splattering and just having fun. I did have an idea of where my the cut file was going to be, so I'm just applying color in those areas that would show up behind it. So I'm not adding anything in the middle since I know I'm going to be covering it up. And there's my cut file there. I just backed it with some pattern paper from the, I think it's Lucky Us by Pink Paisley. And then here I am going in with the Inklings and making sure that I'm getting more shimmer and more shine, adding this gorgeous pretty Spotlight White color. Okay, so with the gold floss that comes in the kit, I thought that I would go ahead and do some stitching, hand stitching on my layout. I usually don't add hand stitching because it is tedious, but I had so much fun stitching that cut file. It was very simple, you know, it's just a rectangle shape, so it didn't take me too long, and I had fun. Okay, so here are those hearts that are also part of the cut file, and I am just spraying the colors on. I think I just used Blushing Bride and then the pink outside the box, and I may add the Shimmers Weakest Pink. I can't remember. I guess we'll see here in just a minute. But I'm just spraying them, keeping it very simple. Excuse me. I didn't prep these heart shapes with any gesso or anything. I just wanted the color just to be on there. So I kept it pretty simple. Like I said, I just sprayed them and added the color, and you know, you can, if you do wait for the color to dry, you can add layers of all the paints, and you'll get a deeper, richer color if you wanted to. But if you just want them just like this, you know, pretty light, to match whatever you're working with. You could do whatever you want. So if you're working with lighter colors or you want to keep everything light and bright, you can just apply one layer. But if you want, more intense color, definitely go back after they've dried and add another layer of color to get a deeper, richer color of it, or richer tone. All right, so I'm just going to clean up my mess so that I can go ahead and continue working on my layout. I did actually do this layout in one sitting. I went ahead and kind of planned it strategically to do each part. Oh, here you could see the spotlight white there. See all those beautiful splatters right there? Oh, so pretty. And then the tidy whitey, and then all of the colors in the kits, or in the kit, just blended and look so pretty together. But yeah, like I said, I made sure to do it in stages, and that way I could continue working on the layout while other elements were either drying, or, I did my background while it was, no, I did my stitching while my mixed media was drying, so I was able to do this. I think it took me maybe an hour to create this layout, maybe a little bit more. Yeah, I love how it turned out, and I had so much fun creating it. And yeah, so you could see all of the gold thread that I have applied onto that cut file. There are some spots that I got a little too close to the edge when I pierced the holes, but you can't really tell. I do try to cover up those little blemishes for the most part, and I'm pretty pleased with how it turned out. I'm going to go ahead and pop the entire thing up on some foam tape to give it some dimension and lift, and to create some shadows. And applying some extra adhesive just to make sure that it stays and it doesn't fall apart in the long run. All right, so I backed my photo with some vellum, as well as with another piece of that pattern paper from the Luckiest collection. There's just a bunch of hearts, and I'm just scrapbooking a photo of my son and I. And the pattern paper that I backed the envelope with, it says "Love you the most," so I'm going to end up covering most of it, because I have two boys, and to me, I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings because I love them equally, and so I'm just going to cover that up because that's not accurate. And I don't want, when they look through albums and stuff, and as time goes on, I don't want anybody questioning. I mean, that's just a mom thing, I guess. Anyways, okay, so I've added my title. It's Lucky Us. I think it's so cute because it fit perfectly there, and we're just lucky to have each other. And I'm adding, working with the exclusive dot set. And every time I add one of these dots, I always love to add a piece of tangled thread underneath it. It just gives it a little extra something and some extra texture onto my page. And I love how it looked. And I actually I think I used all three of them. Yes, I do. So I create a little visual triangle using the dots. As you can see, I have one on the top, on the bottom right, and then I'm going to actually add the last one to the left of the photo. I'm using my January hip kit for this layout, just pulling in elements that match the paints in the collection. So I've pulled out the wood veneer hearts, and I'm going to go ahead and start working with those, but this is where I decide that I did want to, in fact, add that last dot onto my layout. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that on there, and since I'm adding it where I've popped up the envelope as well as my photo, I add one more piece of dimensional foam, so I add basically two pieces. That way it pops up enough and that it sits on top of both the envelope as well as my photo cluster. And since I do have mixed media on the page as well as some gesso, I am applying extra Scotch tacky glue to everything just to make sure things stay and things don't fall off. So I'm going back in with the hearts that I painted, and I am going with the same look that the cut file was originally set to. So I'm just taking those hearts and applying those randomly, just going with the colors and making sure that I've got everything spread out and that it looks nice. So the colors are kind of coming outside or up and out from that envelope. Now I do have to mention, I did take away the stitching marks from the original cut file. I just grouped them and then deleted them because I know I wanted to stitch on the outside of the cut file. Yeah, so I love how that turned out. So that's me just adding those wood veneer hearts here and there. And then I'm adding these enamel glittery hearts, also from the Lucky Us collection. I love them. They're so cute. And it just gives it another heart element on my page. And I love that shimmer in those little enamel hearts. They're so cute. I don't think I add too much. I go through some of these sticker sheets like from Pink Fresh Studio, and I don't add any of those. I do pull from additional puffy hearts from this such a cute sticker sheet here. I thought about adding those X's and O's because I did have that black and white element from the dots and then my dark sunglasses, but I decided not to. I think they would have stuck out too much. And yeah, so there is my final photos, or there are my final photos. I had so much fun creating with this color kit. Don't forget to check out the link down in my description box below. And yeah, if you place an order, don't forget to add my name in the notes and comment section of your order, and you'll receive a free gift. Thanks so much for stopping by, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.